Every Bharatanatyam dancer must know to do her own makeup, to wear the accessories, to do her own hairdo. Paradya Bhusha Sampanna, that is, a Bharatanatyam dancer should have a brilliant dress sense, and she should know how to apply makeup, which colors will suit her the best, how to do her own hairdo. Because all these are not considered as a separate learning, but it is a part of Bharatanatyam itself. So today we have Gayathri Menon to explain the Bharatanatyam makeup and hairdo. So this is to help students performing often, and also while appearing for the exams, it is mandatory to wear your own makeup and hairdo. So this video will be helpful for you, and for parents, those who have very young dancers at home, you must definitely learn this. Even while coming for the classes, I usually encourage my students to come with some makeup, that is with kajal on the eyes and a nice necklace, earrings and some flowers to get into the mood of a dancer. Because all these makeup and hairdo, it gives you the grace that is required while you dance. So just don't see this as something like an extra thing or something that is not necessary. No. Because these are mandatory things that you need to learn if you are a dancer. I hope you enjoy this video and learn how to do your own makeup. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Gayathri Menon. Today let's walk through very simple, easy ways to do Bharatanatyam makeup with as minimal products as required. Starting with the foundation. You can use a very high coverage liquid foundation or even the stick foundations. If you want to go straight in with just your pancake, that also works absolutely fine. So starting just in the center, giving her good coverage. Cover the center of the face first and then take whatever necessary to the sides. Opening eyes. You want them to open eyes and go under the eyes also as much as possible. You can avoid the concealer completely. This is more than enough. Once you have roughly applied, come back in with a sponge or a foundation blending brush. Sponge is always easier. With light dabbing motions, blend your foundation. You don't want to pull too much, you want it where you have applied it. So gently dab more than pull. See if you need any more. If not, that's perfectly fine. Take a wee little bit more and do your eyelid as well. You want that to be the same color. Always come back in and finish the neck area. You don't want the face and neck to look very different. You don't need as much product here, so you can just use it on the sponge. Ideally, you want to just touch a little bit on the ears so that the ears also tie in with the same color. Once the liquid foundation or the cream foundation is done, you want to come and use either the compact or a foundation powder or even your the regular pancake. So here I'm coming and just dampening the sponge on the other side and using this as moist pancake. You want to come in and smoothen whatever foundation has been applied. If you want to speeden up the process, you can just do one lighter shade. So then I would go onto the shade I want to highlight with instead of the same skin tone. So just to show you how different it looks. So this becomes lighter in the middle. So if your face is a little bit more plump and you want to give it a little bit more shape, then it's good to use two different colors. The lighter color right in the center and the more medium color that suits your skin towards the outsides of the face. Opening eyes. So always coming in, dabbing. So doing the cheeks and the center first. Same way, looking up, doing the under eyes, just dampening again. So you want to make sure you press it in here so that the under eyes are nicely covered and there is no requirement of concealer at all. Continue on to the cheeks. And just gently finish the lids as well, especially the inner corners. The balance, you want to make sure you come and do the neck as well, so that the face and the neck tie in. Just about till the sides. Whatever little bit left over, just come in, touch gently on the ears so that doesn't look very different. Checking that all even. Getting around the nose. Once that's done, you want to get into the cheeks and the contouring bit. So coming straight in, you want to cut here. So here, if you want to use a slightly deeper color, also possible, because on stage your lights are quite heavy, so you want a stronger contour. So starting from the side of the face, bringing it in. Same here, starting from the side, bringing it in. Very easy to make it softer. If you feel it's become too harsh, all you need to do is come back in with your sponge that you did your pancake and dab over if you want to correct or reduce. So same way, you want to create a sharp jawline. So coming down from there and down. The shadow here on your jawline needs to be much heavier. Coming down the ear and jawline. Slightly widening the shadow under the chin. Very softly take some for the forehead. This you don't want too harsh. Same this side. And the last you want to do is the nose. If you feel this brush is too wide, go in for a slightly narrower brush for the nose. So you want to draw the sides that you want. Don't worry if this looks a bit too dark now. When you go on stage, it will look lovely. So you don't want to make it so soft that it looks nice when you're looking at it naturally, but when you go on stage, it does not give you your shape that you want. Again, no need to use pink, no need to use brown when you're contouring. You can use like a more warmer color like I'm using now. Don't make the face brown. Don't use a bright pink blush either, that becomes too much. So always just come and dust off any excess powders that have come on your face. When you check, always stand back and see whether you want a little bit more shape, and then cut a little bit more. Coming into the cheeks, the blush, a slightly brighter color. You want to smile nicely big, and then get the high cheeks. So your cheek blush is there. Yeah. So that's a good way to know where your blush is higher. This also you can make relatively stronger. So once the basic face is done, now you want to concentrate on your eyebrows and the eyes. So come in first and just brush out the eyebrows with an eyebrow brush or a toothbrush. Comb it into shape so that then you can decide how much you need to fill and how much you need to raise. So you want to make sure there's a nice arch. So you want that V to be prominent. So filling in what is necessary to create a nice V. I would still suggest you use a dark brown for the eyebrows than a black. A black just becomes too harsh. You can get enough depth even with a dark brown. Come back in and just brush so that you know the shape is smooth. Now coming to start the eyes, you want to come in with a medium shade and fill the whole lid. If you want to brighten this up a little bit, you can just add a little bit of a pink tone just so that it looks brighter on stage. So you can see it has brightened up a little bit. If you tend to sweat a lot, another option you underneath in these colors and then seal it with your eyeshadows. But if your normal makeup lasts on you, then it's not a problem. Just dusting off. Coming in for a deeper color for the crease. So starting outside and drawing a nice arc. Same here, starting outside and drawing an arc following your crease. So if you have one palette that is a medium darker and a lighter shade, that is normally more than enough to finish the whole eye. You don't need any more colors. This darker shade, now you want to make sure you blend and extend a little bit. You want to make the eye longer and bigger. So here, blending, extending out. You can come in for the lightest shade and do the highlighting as well under the arch of the eyebrow. Now since I have taken out the highlighter, I can go in and finish wherever else I need the highlighter. So coming in center of the nose, make sure this line is thin and long. Also come in on the lip area and just add a little bit of shine there. If you want to add on later, we can. So for the eyeliner, ideally don't use the regular liquid because if you tend to sweat, it will bleed. So I'm starting from the outside. Stretch the eye just a little bit to get a nice clean line. Same on this side, stretch and draw. Try and avoid any gaps close to your lashes. Fill all that in before you stretch. As close as possible to your end of the eyebrows. It shouldn't touch, but it should go towards that angle. Just give it about a minute to dry. Being cake liner, they dry relatively fast. Open. Looking up, you want to again gently stretch and starting from the outside, pull it inward. Bring it all the way to the inner corner, join it to the top. So you get the point. Going back in, just darkening the line. You want to make sure you get the point clear. Once you've got this, you want to finish off the edge. Here you want to make sure you pull, stretching to join the top. Yeah. Once you get the joint, then fill in the gap in between. make sure the point is clean. If you need to make it thicker, you can make this thicker to suit your bigger eyes. Repeating the same on this side, starting from the side, slightly stretching and bringing the liner in. Joining the inner points and getting the sharp point. From there, stretching to meet the top liner. And fill up whatever little gap. Check if it needs to be evened up. Closing. Whatever little balancing needs to be done, you can do now. Just define the corners a wee bit more. Closing. You can just come in, so if you can see, just add a little bit of black liner just at this edge, so it acts. Same for this side. This is an optional step, not necessary. So just adding a little bit to the outer corner. See if your blush needs to be brightened a little bit more for stage. That's all for the eyes. If you want, you can add kohl kajal pencil on the waterline and mascara. Both those steps are not necessary. So a good way to come and correct if you're watering is looking up and immediately come and touch some of the pancake or the compact powder. So it picks up anything. So you want to keep your lips nice and relaxed when you draw your lip line. Draw your cupid first. So getting the bottom. If you're using liquid lipsticks that are long stay, you don't need a lip liner. If you're using the regular lipsticks, then you must use a lip liner so that your lipstick stays longer and does not move. So best is always a liquid lipstick because you know you will not need touch-up. But if you tend to get very dry on the lips, then you might want to opt out for the regular lipstick instead of the matte long lasting ones. Or an option also is to put one layer of the long lasting liquid first, then you don't need your lip liner, and then go over with a regular lipstick just so that it's moisturized. slightly opening, finishing off the corners. You want to make sure the lips are nicely balanced. I always like to come back and finish off with a little bit of extra highlighting on the center of the face. So opening, so there's a nice sheen in the center of the face when you're on stage. It just looks more lovely and brighter. And a little bit on the center here as well. If a little bit of the neck is showing, you can add some in the center there. If your necks are quite wide, you want to add a slight shadow, just the same one that we use for contouring, on the sides of the neck and only highlight the center. So that thins the neck a little bit. As I said, kajal and mascara are optional, not necessary, but this is pretty much the makeup for your Bharatanatyam stage look. If you're using sticker bindi, try and apply a little bit of eyelash glue on the back side first and then put it on the forehead, because otherwise with the sweat it might tend to fall off. So looking at me. Before we start hair, you want to put on all your necklaces. Anything with string or without string is always easier to put on first. So no need to tighten it right now. All the chains that you have, so even the chains with the string or without the string, you want to make sure you put all on before you start your hair. Tighten little bit. You don't have to tighten all the way right now. You can do that later if you want to. Once all the chains are put, now we want to come and make a center parting first and make the ponytail behind. Once you have a clear parting, spray well and comb down neat so that there's no baby hair or frizzy hair. holding and pulling the hair to the back. Tie the ponytail, the best way is to use some thick black thread. So you want to just hold your ponytail tight for me. So then get the thread. You want to tighten a few times. So taking it down, across, again up, if it's very thick hair, do at least 3, otherwise 2 are more than enough. If it's very long hair, separate into 3, slightly put spray and then braid into a tight long plait. This will be put into a bun, is just so that there is no hair sticking out and easier to put into a bun that you want to braid. If it is shorter hair, you can just directly twist and put into a bun. Longer hair when braided is always easier to hold up in a bun rather than just twisted. Go down all the way to the end. When you reach the end, put your hair tie so that it doesn't open up. Once the braid is finished, now you want to gently make your bun. So you can take it around to see the size that you want to make and make sure this is pushed inside. You want to just take the edge, push it in, and ideally come with the net. And twist and cover. Yeah, once the edges are sealed in, then with the U-pins, you want to make sure all the edges are inside the net. Push in to fix. So you want to take all the edges and fix. chin down. Make sure you fix underneath as well, so it doesn't open up. So go all around the bun so that it's completely secure. Adjust the shape if you need to. Once the basic bun is done, then you want to put your hair jewelry. Just holding, let me just see. Hold it there. Once you find the center, you want to take the string. Once you find the center, you take the string and you want to tie underneath the bun. So just holding this up for me. You want to bring the Suryan Chandran in and just place it so that this cord comes over. Okay. I just want to spray right in the front just to take away any baby hair at this point before I fix the front rigidity. So it's nice and clean. Tying the Suryan and Chandran first, again behind the ear and under the bun. Last, you want to tie the two sides. Before you tie, just cross-checking it is center. Any little baby hair that's there, just spray on your comb and smooth it so you don't damage the jewelry with the spray. For the top donut, take the cord through the donut, loop it through and just tighten on both sides. You can put the cord, balance cord here. You want to make sure this is tight and is centralized. Place your donut and secure with your U-pins. Once the donut is fixed on all the sides, check if it needs any more fixing. If you need an additional pin or two, please add it on. Yeah, till that is secure. Once the donut is done, you decide now whether you are adding on the long braid. If you are adding on the braid, fix the braid first and tie the string, and then only finish the bun with the flowers so that the strings don't show. If no braid, go directly and finish off with as many flowers as you want for your bun. So since we are fixing the braid today, fix the string on the top, bring it underneath and go around the bun and tighten. To chin down. Okay. Go down, crisscross, and one more time finish it off. Tighten and do the second knot. Fix the flowers under the bun and over the braid so that the joint does not show. Take the string and pull it around the bun. Tighten once you know you've reached your shape that you want to fix. Just for the additional security, fix one or two of the U-pins. To finish off the final piece, you want to fix around the top bun. Same with the cord, chin down. You want to try and bring it underneath. If the cord is not long enough to go underneath, you go around this bun. So you see how your cord is, and you can either fix it over the small one or the big bun. Again, tighten to your desired shape and seal. If any strings are showing, just come in, pick up the strings and push it in so that no strings are visible outside. Any final finishes to do, just come and spray on your comb, smoothen out any hair. Now you want to come and finish by tightening the chains before you finish off your costume. Adjust so that the cords do not show. Take the cords and put it under your blouse string. If your braid has strings, black strings like these, make sure you just tie them behind so that they don't keep popping out from the sides. Gently do a double knot. Here as well, just gently do a double knot. No need to tighten, you just want it to be inside. So same here, the extra, just do a small double knot. slides. You can crisscross pin for extra security if you feel it moves when you dance. If not, just the single is good. Ideally, small pins, if you crisscross, works perfect. So any of the strings where you feel you want to avoid any kind of slippage or movement, make sure you crisscross and double pin. Once the earrings are worn, it's always a good idea to have a little extra string so that you can tie it up here to take the weight off the earrings. So always ask somebody to tie it for you so that you can hold your earlobes down so that it doesn't pull up too much. So tie it right in the center, at the top there is already a slide there. And again you want to secure with the slide so that it doesn't move. If you need extra securing, you can always add one more slide where the hook of the earring is. So you want to take off the hook and the cord to the hook and to the cord. So the cord for this and the hook together are all pinned. Same on this side. You want to make sure you get the two cords and the hook all together. So final touch, the belt. Want to hold in the center. So when dancing, is always nice to put the braid into the tie, just slightly loosen it up so that it doesn't fling all around. So you want to always make sure there is a little bit of gap. Tighten up, tighten and put the string. So always just take your head up and down so you know there's enough movement, the braid is not pulling.